ஸ்டாக் மார்க்கெட்டை அடிப்படையிலிருந்து லேர்ன் பண்ணணுமா? சார்ட் ட்ரேடிங், சப்போர்ட் அண்ட் ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ், என்ட்ரி, ஸ்டாப் லாஸ், டார்கெட் என அனைத்தையும் பிராக்டிகலாக 1 day லைவ் ஒர்க் ஷாப்பில் லேர்ன் பண்ணுங்க. கால் 8072586715. லிங்க் இன் டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன்.
Sincere Syndication presents Magic Money TN Summit 2026 Chennai Edition, an initiative by Magic 20 Tamil. Platinum sponsors Aditya Birla Capital Mutual Funds, ICICI Prudential Mutual Funds, supporting sponsor 361, knowledge partner UTI. சூப்பரான fireside chat நம்ம பார்க்க போகிறோம் வித் ராகவ் சார். நமக்காக இதை மாடரேட் பண்ணி கொடுக்க போகிறாங்க திரு பல்லவராஜன் அவர்கள், ஃபவுண்டர் டைரக்டர் PMS Bazaar, investor Magic 20 Tamil, a respected voice in India's PMS and alternative investment industry. He has been instrumental in making alternative investment solutions more accessible to investors. May I now request திரு பல்லவராஜன் சார் அவர்கள் to the stage.
So good morning audience. டெஃபினட்டாக அந்த ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் நிறைய ஐ ஓப்பனிங்காக இருந்திருக்கும்னு ஐ ஸ்ட்ராங்லி பிலீவ். ஃபர்ஸ்ட்லி த சப்ஜெக்ட் இஸ் டாக்கிங் அபவுட் HNI இன்வெஸ்டர்ஸ், ரைட்? HNI உடைய மைண்ட் செட். பட் டு யூ நோ ஹூ இஸ் HNI? இஸ் தேர் எனி டெஃபினிஷன் ஃபார் HNI? HNI இஸ் வெரி ஜென்ரலிஸ்டிக் டேர்ம், ரைட்? ஹை நெட் ஒர்த் இண்டிவிஜுவல். பட் யாருக்காவது HNI யோட டெஃபினிஷன் தெரியுங்களா? எனி ஐடியா அபவுட் டெஃபினிஷன்?
Take a guess. It's okay. It's not an exam. It's not an amphi exam that you'll fail.
Sorry? 5 crore plus? 5
crore, yeah. That's the amphi definition, by the way.
Okay, fine. I'll define. So there is a global term. $1 million net worth இருக்கிற investor வந்து we call it as a high net worth individual. Technically 9.5 crore or something, or let's take it 10 crore. We know that about the population வந்து 145 to 150 crore in India. எத்தனை பேர் இந்த $1 million net worth ஓட இருப்பாங்கன்னு ஏதாவது ஐடியா இருக்குங்களா? Any guess? 0.5, okay, percentage. Somebody told 1 crore. Actually, somebody has told 30%. Okay,
I wish. Actually, no, Pallav, my targets will get raised. Yeah. 1 crore means immediately my boss will say, hey, what the hell you are doing sleeping? You should be.
The actual number is only 12 lakhs. வெறும் 12 லட்சம் பேர் தான் $1 million net worth ஓட இருக்கிறவங்க. Now, there is a definition by SEBI. It is not called HNI, it is called an accredited investor. Globally, it is called as an accredited investor. SEBI என்ன சொல்கிறாங்கன்னா 7.5 crore net worth. Why 7.5 crore? இந்த ரெகுலேஷன்ஸ் வரும்போது டாலர் ப்ரைஸ் வாஸ் 75. 7.5 crore net worth இருக்கிற இன்வெஸ்டர் இதில் 50% has to be into the financial asset and balance 50% can be mix of other assets. இது வந்து number 1. Number 2 is that annual income has to be 2 crore or number 3 1 crore annual income இருக்கணும் plus 5 crore net worth இருக்கணும் with the condition of again 50% into the financial asset and 50% into the balance assets. இதுக்கு சர்டிஃபிகேட் ப்ரொவைட் பண்ணுறாங்க. லைக் டெக்னிக்கலி யூ கெட் அன் HNI சர்டிஃபிகேட். இன்ஃபேக்ட் PM Bazaar has taken an agency with NSDL. We are also issuing a certificate. நம்பர் ஆஃப் சர்டிஃபிகேட்ஸ் இன் இந்தியாவில் இது வரைக்கும் வாங்கினது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வெறும் 4000 பேர் தான் வாங்கியிருக்காங்க. perhaps less than that. And this potential client who is falling into this category because 50% financial assets இருக்குங்க இல்லையா, அந்த கேட்டகரியில் பார்க்கும்போது the potential clients in India is only about 4 to 5 lakhs. ஒரு 5 லட்சம் கிளைண்ட்ஸ் தான் வந்து மேக்ஸிமம் இவங்க செபி டிஃபைன் பண்ண பொட்டென்ஷியலுக்குள்ள HNI கிளைண்ட்ஸாக வருவாங்க. Now second point, another data point is that if you take direct equity ஒரு 13 கோடி யூனிக் இன்வெஸ்டர்ஸ் இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. If you take mutual fund 6-7 crore people have already invested. இந்த HNI clients இருக்கிற ப்ராடக்ட் எடுத்திங்கன்னா PMS and AF இந்தியாவில் ப்ராட்லி லைக் PMS comes with 50 lakhs minimum and AF comes with 100 lakh minimum. இதில் நம்பர் ஆஃப் கிளைண்ட்ஸ் இன்வெஸ்டர்ஸ் எடுத்திங்கன்னா PMSல 2 லட்சம் பேர் இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. பட் ஆக்சுவலி இட் இஸ் நாட் யூனிக். இஃப் யூ டேக் யூனிக் ஆர் எஸ்டிமேட் இஸ் அபவுட் 1 lakh. AFல டேட்டா கிடையாது. பட் அகைன் ஆர் எஸ்டிமேட் இஸ் அபவுட் 50-75,000 மேக்ஸிமம். ஸோ இந்த HNI ப்ராடக்ட்டில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வெறும் 1.5 to 2 லட்சம் பேர் தான் இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. whereas if you take direct equity 13 crore, whereas in mutual fund 6 to 7 crore. பட் இங்கே வந்து வெறும் hardly 1.5 to 2 lakh client. Why I'm telling all this data point, இந்த 1.5 to 2 lakhs clients இருக்காங்க இல்லையா, இதை மேனேஜ் பண்ணுறது 361 வந்து plays a very major role. Like they're telling about families is about 9,000 families what you manage, sir. Yeah. And the assets what they manage is about 7 to 8 lakh crore only in the wealth management business. And bankers தான் பொதுவாக அதில் டாமினேட் பண்ணுவாங்க. பட் நான் பேங்கிங்கில் இருந்து ஹேவிங் திஸ் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் 7 to 8 lakh crore in the wealth management is a big thing. And we have Mr. Raghav Iyengar representing 361. So I would say that he definitely a chat GPT for HNI mindset. ஸோ இவர்கிட்ட நம்ம வர பதில் வந்து டெஃபினட்டாக ஐம் டெல்லிங் யூ, ஈவன் சாட் ஜிபிடி cannot able to answer, ஐம் டெல்லிங் யூ. யூ ஜஸ்ட் ட்ரை டு கூகுள் the maximum Google or chat GPT whatsoever. In fact, Google napara ஞாபகம் வருது, beginning when we started PM Bazaar, even Google doesn't understand what is PMS.
Yeah.
According to Google, it is prematured syndrome. So we put effort to teach Google that it is portfolio management services. And today, even for HNI, when we talk with chat GPT or any other AI, it could not able to answer, sir.
Yes.
So with this, I'd like to, I know that there's a time constraint already, 4-5 வாட்டி மணி அடிச்சிட்டாங்க. So I'll try to keep short. Sir, நீங்கள் வந்து பவர் ஆஃப் காம்பவுண்டிங் பற்றி பேசுகிறீங்க. இன்ஃபேக்ட் எவ்ரிபடி அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் அபவுட் பவர் ஆஃப் காம்பவுண்டிங். பட் ப்ராப்ளம் இஸ் தட் ஃபாலோ பண்ணுறது ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருக்குது. லெட்ஸ் சே தட் ஐ பை அ ஸ்டாக், 2 வருஷமாக மார்க்கெட் எதுவுமே ரிட்டர்னே கொடுக்கல. இப்போ வெதர் ஐ இன்வெஸ்ட் இன் மியூச்சுவல் ஃபண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் PMS, மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த ஸ்கீம்ஸ் ஜெனரலி ஐம் டாக்கிங். அண்ட் இதில் நிறைய நியூஸு, நிறைய நாய்ஸு,
lots of distraction.
Yes, you already told that you had a Titan. I'll go with your example itself. Definitely would have seen so many noise around in the so many years. எப்படி சார் ஹோல்ட் பண்ணுறது? How
I've not dematted Titan shares, by the way.
Still,
it's yet in certificate form. I have to do it now. I think somebody told me 30th September.
It's a mandatory, sir.
Find a good business. Keep tracking the business. You can't track the business daily. Number NAV daily பார்க்குறோம். Can I go to, if I want to be an expert on Titan, can I go to Titan every day and say, tell me how many watches you sold, how much jewelry you sold? Then if it goes down one day from the previous day, I'll say something is wrong. Alla panna mudiyad. So you have to do it once a year. Ideally, I do it once a year because I'm not an expert. Maybe people like fund management people will do it maybe once a quarter. Right? And as long as the business is doing well, forget about it. No. To leave it, that's the
in
answer.
fact, you also created a panic. 19% பெரிய கிரைசிஸ் இல்லை, இன்னும் மார்க்கெட் இறங்குன்ற மாதிரி நீங்கள் ஒரு இண்டிகேஷன் வர கொடுத்துருக்கீங்க.
No, sir. I'm a big India bull. We are very lucky to be here. And I get 2-3 things are there. We have financialization. Imagine, Pallav, you and I were sitting in Berlin or Europe. We had a good quality of life. There won't be pollution and all.
Absolutely.
But all the people are already financially savvy. They've already put money. Here, after all the work we have done, I mean, I've been in this industry now, like Bala, sir, has been there for 30 years. I'm here for 26 years. We've got only 7 crore investors.
In mutual funds,
7 crore investors in mutual fund. My son can work in this industry and yet take it to 70 crores. My view is there's 10x more money to come. The problem in that is that if you get too much money in equity markets, then you're creating a bubble. But the good thing in India is with all, India needs a crisis once in 10 years. When we get a crisis, then all this tamasha starts. Now, we could have started chip making 10 years back. We didn't have any problem. We are happy to import it. We are very good. We are very good traders, right? India, if you go back in history, who has made the maximum money in India? There is a very fascinating fact in Chennai, right? You know, who financed the East India Company when they came to India? The first original venture capital. Ipo romba private equity na solrom. It was the Chettiar community.
Yes.
So we are very good traders. We are not manufacturers. A lot of things, but to have a good market, you need to have a good manufacturing system. You need to have all those things happening. Infrastructure. Adalla varo thanks to crisis. Now last 2 years, now we have realized we need to, in fact, sir was mentioning today about commodities. I don't know, today's Business Standard has an article. 84,000 crores is being earmarked for oil exploration in the deep sea. Not in land, deep sea. So India has a huge coastline, you know. Plus we have some access to, thanks to Andaman, Nicobar, we can go there also. We have not spent any time, money on it. Now they are allocating money to it. Somebody asked about gold, right? The last 2 years, 2 gold mine private companies have started restarted. Once upon a time, not very far from Chennai, was Asia's largest gold field. KGF. Yeah, thanks to the movie everybody knows. So sorry,
no problem.
There's no problem on that. I think buy a good business, go to sleep, forget it. Have good friends, if you're lucky.
It's going to be a difficult job, but definitely staying long. I think he has showed a lot of data points. Just over 10 days miss pannirundhale, you would have missed half the returns. So next question is that on the asset allocation, sir.
My favorite.
Yeah. So you spoke about this Brinson model, like 90% allocation da vandu mukkiyam, then only balance 10% is about picking.
Yeah.
Right, but we spend 90% of the time only in picking.
Yeah. So that's why most people are not HNIs, no?
Yeah. And
the numbers said that, no?
And traditionally in TN, hard assets like gold or real estate is being, part of their wealth creation.
Yeah.
But how to focus on the asset allocation, how to have that mindset, எப்படி allocate பண்ணோம் ஒரு HNI
See, again,
investor
it's not a general discussion. As I said, asset allocation is very private, right? It's so if your risk-taking ability, my risk-taking ability is different. If I have time on my side, I can put more money into risk-taking.
But it's not about percentage, sir. At least fixing in my mind to
You
having
have
an
to.
asset
That is
allocation.
important. Yeah. So, நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம் தப்புனா, we get into a period where if things do well, we over-invest in that. It's not only equity, by the way. I don't know how many of you remember, 10 years back, there was a big real estate takeoff at that time. And many people I knew who were financial services guys had 4 houses in Bombay. And they're staying in one, paying EMI for 3. Rental deal is in Bombay, maybe even Chennai, I don't know what it is here. But broadly, India, the rental deals are 2 to 3%, if you're lucky. You're taking a 3% asset and paying 8% interest on it. Who's making the money? What will the bank do? You buy an asset. So it was all a bubble. Notionally, people were thinking that the flat is getting sold. When the flat really got sold, real estate, unfortunately, is not like my Titan stock. It doesn't trade every day. How many of you stay in a building where you have, in my building I stay, there are 50 flats in my building. We had 2 sale transactions whole of last year. Can I bench my net worth on 2 sale transactions? Can't, no. So, Pallav, sorry, the point I'm making is that don't get carried away. Have a certain percentage. Understand what you're saving for. Start with that. Then make your allocation. There are lots of instruments available. Now, 25 years back, all this was not there. Today, you can invest abroad. You can invest in gold. You can invest in copper, silver, commodities. You can invest in equities. You can invest in debt. You can also invest in crypto if you understand it. People have made a lot of money, I know, in crypto. இப்போ choice ரொம்ப இருக்கு, information ரொம்ப இருக்கு. But if you don't know what you're investing, there's a chance that you will make a mistake.
Good. Sir,
and please review that asset allocation once a year. Don't see it every 3 months. அதுக்கு பண்ண முடியலனா, like Bala sir said, there are these wonderful multi-asset funds. They invest in 4 or 5 assets. Debt, gold, silver, equity. Give the money to them, let them do the job. By the way, that is what I have done.
Okay.
Sorry. So it makes my life easier. The biggest component of my wealth, Pallav, is in asset allocation funds.
Understood. Great.
Because I don't know how to do it. So let a professional do it.
Absolutely. That's what 361 is also doing.
Yeah, we're great at it. Yeah.
So some of the audience, let's say, was an aspiration to become an HNI. Okay.
Some by all should have an aspiration.
I wish.
I don't think anybody gets up in the morning saying, I want to be a PNI. What is PNI? Poor net worth individual. Anyone in the audience who says, I want to be a PNI? I think all of us should be HNI.
What is that one mindset change they have to be prepared to be into HNI category, sir?
I think save enough, invest enough, have patience. That's all. Simple. So I think the power of compounding kicks in when you start early, Pallav, and you will leave it be. But I think the big thing, the learning for my life, maybe not for everybody in this audience, but for the younger people, my son just started working 2-3 years back, and since he stays with me, I made him save, or rather invest 50% of his money. I said, you're not going to spend. You spend 50% of your salary, that's fine, but 50% you have to save. So in my life, unfortunately, I started saving only at 31, 32. So bad luck, I should have started at 24. So if you've not started, please start. Don't think about starting, Pallav. I think the big problem we have today is 25 years back, we didn't know what to do. So it went to PPF, it went to insurance, it went to bank, RDs. Today, frankly, the position, complete ulta. There's so much information, so many products. So you know what happens? There's a crisis of paralysis, I call it.
But having too many choices itself is a problem.
The bank is very happy because you are giving him money at 2.5%. Right? And every year you do that, your 100 is becoming 95, 97, second year 95. So please be aware of that. Start. That's my only request. Start. And you'll make a little bit of mistakes like I did. .com irala andala tappa panta. It's okay. Happens.
So one piece of last advice, if I need to start from Monday, whether I'm a retailer or HNI,
start.
One key.
Start.
Yeah. Just
start.
Great. I think that's wonderful.
Just please start. Just don't overthink this. Don't see too much information. There's some very good people around here. Ask them, take some advice, but don't replicate what they do. Don't come and ask me in the tea break, sir, which fund to invest in. I don't know. I run my own fund, so I'm obviously putting all my money there because I know exactly what is happening in the fund, so I'm very happy. Ultimately, it's all going to equities or debt or gold or silver. You have to trust the process and let it go. And remember, everything in life will have an up year and a down year. So don't get very, very excited when you're in an up year. Don't get very depressed when you're in a down year. Investment should be one small part of your life, maybe 5-10%. The last 4 things I said are very important. Spend time with family, spend time with friends, have a plan, have a legacy. And Chennai is a beautiful place here. You have a lot of things to do here. Bombay, unfortunately, we spend, depends where you live, but anywhere between 20 to 40% of your life in the car up and down. Then you are generally stressed. Then you listen to podcasts and then all that nonsense. Then you don't do anything. So just start.
I think if you get the opportunity, evening varaikkum pesittu irukkalam sir. Considering time
That's what.
frame, I think we have to
And then
close.
Sriram is an outstanding topic. I think, to my mind, the most important topic of the day, because it's retirement. And that is the one thing I'm worried about. Because I think our parents oversaid for retirement. We are okay because we learned from them. Unfortunately, we've not been good teachers to the next generation. So if you can't do that, and today thanks to the government and thanks to funds like Sriram's NPS, we've got some very, very good options to get very good tax efficient money. So it solves all those problems, legacy, tax, and hopefully you will have a good life after that. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Vasu.
sir.
Thank you, Magic team. Thank you, Pallav. You've been a great this thing. I hope I hope this format was okay, this standing up and talking. Thank you. Great. Just started
Thank
an
you all.
experiment.
Yeah. So don't try to think about how to become a rich, rather think how to be wealthy. So that's a takeaway. Thank you all.
I now request CEO of BZS, Thiru Vijay Kumar avargal, and Thiru Arun avargal, co-founder of Magic 20 Tamil, MD Bharat Meraki, to the stage.